Hi, and welcome to another one of my old school blues guitar videos, and this is one more in a series of what I call classic solos, where I take a solo from an old school blues song from the 50s and 60s and break it down. And this month we're going to do the solo from a tune called Central Avenue by Pee Wee Crayton, and this is a great solo. It's very simple, just a one-verse solo, but it's got some great ideas in it. Real simple, but they sound fantastic. And it's got a few more complicated things in it, too. I'm going to start out expecting you to listen to the song to hear the whole solo, because what I'm going to do here is just start with the first phrase or set of phrases and break it down step by step. I'm not going to play the whole thing. So, here we go. The song is in the key of E, and at the very beginning, you don't really need any chords. I will teach you the chords as we get into it. But most of the solo, in fact all of the solo, is going to be played in the first position blues box in E, up here at the 12th to 14th fret. So this is an E bar chord, and that's where he's going to play. He starts out the solo with this lick, some double stops, and some chords. So he starts out, he's in E, so he can play this double stop. I'm using my second finger on the 14th fret of the second string and my ring finger on the 15th fret of the third string, and then I'm sliding up to the 15th and 16th frets on the second and third string, and I just keep that position. So I start out sliding in, and I'm just doing this with downstroke. He does that again. Now he's going to vary the rhythm pattern up a little bit. So that next part goes like this. Look at the tab and listen to the tune. It's all that same position, same lick. Then he goes to an F ninth chord, to an E ninth. This is what I call a first position ninth chord. For the F ninth, I've got my first finger on the 12th fret of the 5th string, got my second finger on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, my ring finger is on the 13th fret of the 4th string, and my pinky is on the 13th fret of the 2nd string. And he's going to play it like this. And then just move it down. So it's like that. So let me play that whole first part again. And then he goes into these single string routes. First one goes like this. So the two licks. The first one, he's going to start on the 14th fret of the 4th string, go to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and then bend up on the 14th fret. This is what I call a 3-finger bend. Got my first finger on the 12th fret, second finger on the 13th, and my ring finger on the 14th fret of the 3rd string. And he's going to do this. Hammer on, pull off from the 12th to the 14th, back to the 12th on the 3rd string. And wind up on the 14th fret of the 4th string. So the whole lick. And then he's just going to bend and kind of increase the bend, decrease the bend, whoops, without picking. And that's a neat little effect there. So the first phrase, and then he does two little phrases like this where he goes. And I can't tell if he's leading off or going into that from the 14th fret of the 4th string like this, or if he's just going from the 12th fret. Sounds like he's leading into it. And he does that again. So the same thing, he's just going from the 14th fret, and then he's going to hammer on, pull off from the 12th to the 14th, fret. And he doesn't pick when he goes back to the 12th. He's just letting his finger, left hand, do the work. You have to listen to the recording and you'll see exactly what he's doing. And then he does it again as he leads into the 5. He's going to do this. And then go from the 12th fret of the 3rd string, 14th fret of the 4th string, wind up on the 14th fret of the 5th string. So the whole solo from the chord part. Now he's going to go into the 5 with this really cool lick. This is one of my favorite licks of all time, and it's based on a B13. So what I'm doing is making a second position 9th chord, a B, 9. And I've got my first finger on the 13th fret of the 4th string, second finger on the B, which is the 14th fret of the 5th string. Then I'm flattening out my ring finger on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings at the 14th fret. There's a B. To make it a 13th, I put my pinky on the 16th fret of the 1st string. Now he's not going to play this chord, but what he's going to do is play a lick over it. And if you listen to a lot of Pee Wee Crayton's playing, you'll hear a lot of Charlie Christian ideas. Simplified, but still Charlie Christian ideas nonetheless. And one of Charlie Christian's things that he did all the time was play over the 9th chord shape. All kinds of licks over that shape. So that's basically what he's doing. And he does a lick that sounds like this. So he's going, starting on the B, the 14th fret of the 5th string, to the 11th fret, or sorry, 13th fret of the 4th string, to the 16th fret of the 4th string. He does this little scrape, down scrape, where it sounds like he's got his finger where the 9th chord would be. Remember this? Where the ring finger would be, but he's just going, whoops. I'm using my first finger because it's easier. And he does the scrape where it sounds like he gets the 2nd and 3rd strings, or 3rd and 2nd strings. He's going to get the 16th fret of the 1st string and the 16th fret of the 3rd string. So that whole lick sounds like that, which is really cool. One more time. And then he goes into this double stop where it sounds like he's just doing a slide into this, what would be an A9, but he's just using one finger on the 2nd and 3rd strings from the 11th to the 12th frets. And then he's going to walk into the bass from the 14th fret of the 5th string to the 13th fret of the 4th string to the 14th fret. And so that whole lick he does a little, whoops, a little smear there, it sounds like. And then he goes into a couple really cool things. On the 14th fret of the 4th string, he's going to do what I call a smear. He's going to go like this. And he's going to just basically slide into the 14th fret of the 4th string, trying to explain this and do it at the same time, and just run his finger almost within the fret, or very close to it. He kind of bleeds into the 13th fret and the 15th fret. But to get the sound, you pick, and then just kind of keep that finger going, like that. It's kind of hard to do, but that's a neat little Pee Wee Crayton trick. So again, the whole part. He does that, and then sounds like he goes to the 13th fret of the 3rd string and picks it and just slides it down to the 5, which is the end of the verse. So this lick here, it takes a little practice. I'm not great at that. But I can do it up here or down here a lot easier than I can here. It's kind of tougher here because you got to keep your finger in that area and still get the movement to get that kind of wild and crazy sound. So the whole solo, let me see if I can play it through all the way through one time. And again, I'll try to time it best I can without any backing track. But listen to the original recording and you'll hear what I'm playing here. Whoops, forgot. It's like this. Again, I don't know if I got the timing right. I was trying to focus on what I was playing. I also hit my switch on my Strat and knocked it out of the pickup position there for a moment. So that is the solo from Pee Wee Crayton's Central Avenue. This is one of my favorites. It's got some real simple ideas, the double stop type thing, but then it throws in the chord lick, which is real powerful, the 9th chord, which I really like. And then the simple blues box licks, kind of a fancy bend, and then the chord lick, and then some tricks, neat stuff that you can take and apply to other solos and other keys. You can use some of those licks as fills, all kinds of possibilities there. So again, the purpose of these lessons is not for you to be able to play the solo on Central Avenue note for note. If you want to do that, that's great. The point of these lessons is to just show you some really cool licks and how they're put together in some of these old-time solos. That's it for November, December 2015. I will be back next month with another classic solo, and most likely from some 50s or 60s blues song. That's the kind of stuff I get into. If you have any requests for solos, let me know, and I'll see if I can figure it out. And if I can, I'll put it on my list. See you soon.